You got the guns all loaded, positioned. Yep. We're not not pro kill, but we're pro protect ourselves, and we're gonna take care of ourselves. But we got to do. Nobody knows what this thing is. Yeah, you're seeing the real deal of Squatch, and this research. It's a lot of work, a lot of gear, a lot of money, and it's a lot of fun as well. It's a great passion, and it crosses over to paranormal research and hunting. So we do that. I don't ghost hunt anymore. You know what I do want to get out is the divining rods. I want to experiment with those, or maybe let you experiment with the divining rods. Because those things get in trouble because they work, and that might be part of a crack where something can come in. So if you use those divining rods, you make sure that you got things buttoned up with your soul, because I can work pretty well with them, but using those, I've had things follow me home that were pretty tough to get rid of out of my house, and especially that last one was that Hat Man entity. These Civil War soldiers, that's one thing. They're, we just put them back in the camper and took them back to Gettysburg. I just saw something. If I was ghost hunting, I would say, yeah, I'd say it was a shadow person. If I was ghost hunting, show you right where it was. It was like, you know what I mean? Remember down at Sachs Bridge when we were watching those entities, those shadows would appear behind the tree, dart to another tree, but the shadow was so large that you wouldn't think it could hide behind the next tree, but it did. Remember? Maybe it just picked up a. Yeah. And one thing you guys want to pay attention to, as soon as there's something going on in front of us, you really need to pay attention to behind you, because it's a distraction, and that's a predator thing, and that's scary to me. But we've experienced that multiple times. All right, I think we're just gonna get some chairs, kind of kill the lights, and just observe for a little bit. And these things are really quite inexpensive. They've all come down in price. I mean, I think it's under $250. And the rechargeable batteries, I really recommend that. Boy, those things last a lot longer as well. And another lesson I learned is, you're tempted to let this camera just roll and catch everything. Well, it takes a long time to upload, and then it takes a long time to load those files. You're just better off with the short files. Turn it on and off quite often. And I'll guarantee you, with Bigfoot ghost hunting, things always happen when you're not ready for it. It's how it always works. Heck, regular hunting happens that way, You get up to change your decoys in the swamp because there's no ducks. I'll tell you, as soon as you're in the middle of your decoys, all the ducks are going to start flying in. And he's got some skills, along with Trevor that's not with us. He's got some skills. You gotta see some of these videos that he just sent. He's working for a private military contractor now. But Devin's done well. He's a smart young guy and quite focused. And I'm really proud of him. And he's been like a son to me. And we do a lot of bogus adventures, stuff like this. A lot of hunting, a lot of deer hunting. What we're hearing right now, that's a fox. It has a scary sound, I'll admit it. And a lot of people will confuse that with Bigfoot or something else. It's just a fox. Fox can make crazy noises. we're not sure. And these lights that we see over here, pretty consistently in this area, but not only in this area. We've seen them behind us, and we've seen some red ones. I think the one that was seen last by Devin, because the truck lights were on, and I didn't get to see it. There's that fox again. I think it was picking up illumination as the Bigfoot was crossing the road, but yet looking at us, but with one eye as he's walking in profile from the description that Devin gave. I think that's a possibility. Are you able to hear that? You get that pretty close to you. Those things are scary. Your mind will start playing tricks on you. The sound that fox makes, your mind sometimes will take me to that. It's got to be 6 foot tall, and it's got that Spanish moss hanging off it as it's going through the woods. And it's coming to get you. I got the FLIR fired up. All right, we just had an encounter, like I was saying earlier. It seems to happen when you're not on guard, when you're relaxing. We're sitting here in the camper talking. Devin is sitting right here, and the window's across from him, and he saw something looking in the window right to my right, and Derek saw the motion too, and I don't know what. I think Devin's trying to figure out, his brain's trying to process what he saw, and honestly I think you might be in preservation mode and you might have seen more than what you thought, because this Marine here is going through freaking shock right now, shaking, and he's ready to go home. So that tells me his mind has protected him from what he actually saw. I didn't see anything, but Derek and I were going outside, and it's raining. I hope to find tracks, because we're up here being interesting, and they just can't resist coming and checking us out. I guess what will freak me out more is if we don't find tracks, because that honestly scares me more. Okay, so that one's got the laser push button light on it with your hand. You want to turn it on and off so you know where it's at. Yep. And there's a laser in the middle of it. All right. That one's all. It's in the chamber. You know where the safety is. You stay where you're at. Can't see. I'm trying to get to my laser. There we go. All right. All right. I'm shutting this. I think he saw more than what his brain is allowing him to process. I've never seen him like this before. There's a heat signature over there. But it's round. I can't see anything though. Gonna follow me? I don't know how far away it is. It's right over in there. But I can't tell with this how far away it is. I don't know if it's a head sticking up. And I expect as I go forward, it's moving. Moving to the right. I don't know how far it is, but it's right over in there. It could be in the woods further than I know. Oh, it's wider, it's bigger. There's something back in there. It's like behind that. Just beyond that foliage in there. Did you hear a branch break behind you a second ago? Mm-hmm. Did you just hear something? Mm-hmm. What'd you hear? And it sounded that way, didn't it?
Yeah. Sounded like it came from that way. Behind us.
Yeah. That was actually pretty scary, especially with Derek seeing it too. And Devin, my Marine, doesn't want to, he's ready to go home. He just don't know how to deal with it. So if it came up, I guess I do want to look over here a little bit. I better look through that therm again. Or I walk over there. Hey, Devin?
Yeah.
Can you sit back where you were before? Can you see my head?
Yeah.
How much of my head?
I can see your head and your shoulders.
No, sitting the way you were sitting before. I'm trying to recreate.
Dude, I can't even see your fucking head.
That's my point. You can't see my head. I'm 6 foot tall. You can't see my head. And I'm standing outside that window. He can't see my head. He's sitting in the same place. So let me know when you can see. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know how much.
Still not tall enough.
More?
That's about it right there.
That's what, 7 foot? What'd you say? And plus it might have been in a stealth mode a little bit. Yeah, what did you see, Devin?
As we were sitting here, I was occasionally looking out. It was hard to, you couldn't see anything out that window. It was very, very difficult because of the lights being on in here. it was cast. And so I was looking at you and I looked over at him, and when I transitioned from you to him, I saw a sliver of a sphere, crescent moon, if you will, size across the top of the window that was like a dark gray cloud, but it didn't have a definitive edge, but it had an edge that you could clearly see that did not match. It was almost like looking through fog. You could see relatively through it, and you could see color, darkness coming through it. You could not see hair. It didn't look like it had any. It could have been shaved naked for all I know. I couldn't see its face. I couldn't see eyes. I couldn't see a mouth. I couldn't see a nose, ears. And as soon as my brain started digesting all of this information, it just casually went from the left corner of this window over to the right. And I didn't even want to look at that window right over. I wanted nothing to do with it at that point. And
This is not how Devin is. I've seen Devin a little bit like this once, and that's when he had the Bigfoot encounter here. He was like a deer in the headlights, and I remember asking him, "What do you think you saw?" And he's all wide-eyed, and he's like, "A ghost?" And I kind of tease him for that, and I'm sorry about that, Devin, but that reaction was just so... I understood what you meant. And I think sometimes your brain is going through a mode right now of protecting you, and you maybe through some regression therapy, you might be able to describe what you've seen better, but maybe you don't want to see it. Derek and I just did that walk around. We didn't find any tracks. It's pretty good conditions, but it is feasible for something to walk along this one side, and we can't even see our tracks. But when on the other side of the camper, there's mud. But I believe these creatures are smart enough not to leave sign. But that's saying that it was even a Bigfoot, because there's other things here. Just like the farmer always says, place is all right except for all the ghosts. We need to... You got that electronic magnetic field detector? We should get that thing turned on. It would have been nice if we had that. And I think I was saying this earlier too. Things seem to happen when your guard's down, because we were just sitting around talking, just taking a break, relaxing, warming up a little bit. And that's when it happens, is when you're not looking for it. And unfortunately, Devin's ready to go home, and that's shocking to me. I'm sorry that you had to go through this. I'm sorry, but I think we should do some binding rebuking for him.
Sure.
You know,
it's
and
important at this point.
yeah.
Wish we had a Bill Beam right now.
Yeah.
got him on speed dial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably up right now. You know his hours.
Mm-hmm. Pull your necklace out. Read it. And we bind and rebuke whatever this is that's here, that's on this land, something that's unholy on this land. And we bind and rebuke it, and we cast it out, all these principalities. In Jesus' name, we bind and rebuke and cast this out, and we ask for God's giant warrior angels to come, take them into custody, take them out of this land, out of the trees, out of the land, and have those giant warrior angels escort them to the pits of hell and deposit them where they need to be, and that they be broken and off of us, because they have no authority over us, and we give them no permission to be here and to be around us. We're here just to observe the interesting lights. We're here just to observe a possible flesh and blood humanoid creature, but nothing else. It has no permission, no authority over us. We bind and rebuke it in Jesus' name, and it's gone.